but that the most important thing is don't spend it.
Give it back, and then the second option is to give it back.
Should you give it back? Well, you shouldn't have taken it in the first place.
Republicans are continuing their call for lawmakers to give back a large portion of the $1.87 billion surplus. Chairman of the Republican Party of Minnesota, Keith Downey, says they are continuing their Give It Back campaign. Downey says he believes this type of taxation is excessive and detrimental to Minnesotans.
You've literally made it harder for families to balance their budgets. You've made it harder for small businesses to grow and pay their bills. You're literally taking money out of the economy.
Several local congressional district and BPOU chairs shared what their fellow Republicans want to see done about the surplus.
Well, they want the money back. Most of them would prefer to have a tax rebate.
Let's put it in the bank. Let's do something intelligent with it. Like, for instance, reduce taxation and give it back to the people who need it probably more than you do.
I'd like to see rates lowered overall, and that would be one way to do it. Other people mentioned that, sending a check back to people that paid in would be another way to do it.
Well, the other part of it is if we have this kind of a surplus now and there's another surplus coming down the line, they should go back and take a look and start peeling back all these extra taxes.
Several of the chairmen said they'd like to see minimal or no bonding at all this year, with the exception saying he'd like to see it go towards specific projects.
Given the amount that they've spent in recent years, I would put a low number on that bonding.
Why would we, pay more money long term if we have the money available to do it, right now, to just pay for it up front?
That's a universal sentiment, is that there shouldn't even be a bonding bill.
I would always caution people not to, to put it in place of bonding. It's great to do that, but if we were to pay down bonding or use it in lieu of bonding, they still have that money that they're going to borrow.
Chairman Downey considered some of the concerns surrounding the upcoming bonding year.
There are some legitimate reasons to use bonding, but it really begs the question, why are you sitting on all that cash? Why are you going to spend all this other money and then go out and borrow up to $1 billion? I agree, that just doesn't make sense.
Lawmakers will be reconvening in St. Paul on March 8th to hash out a bonding bill unless an earlier special session is called where they'll be talking about different topics. Be sure to subscribe to Alpha News as we continue following spending in Minnesota, and sign up for our Alpha newsletter at alphanewsmn.com. Thank you for joining us. I'm Julia Aaron with Alpha News.